Good morning from my garden. It's a beautiful sunshiny East Texas day. Today I am going to fertilize my tomatoes, and I thought that y'all might be interested in knowing what I use and how I apply it. And so got my garden cart ready here. Okay, so what I've got today to get this started in my gorilla cart that I use to tote my stuff around the garden, I've got my gloves. And I also have tomato tone. So with this tomato tone, there's a few things to keep in mind. It says here on the back, we're gonna be using this for established plants. So you wanna do this about every 2 weeks during the growing season. And we're gonna keep it really simple today. I'm just gonna grab a little handful of it, sort of sprinkle it like salt and pepper around the base of the plant without touching the stem. Scratch it in a little bit, and then I'm going to turn on our irrigation system and let that water soak it down, and I do this every 2 weeks. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I keep it pretty simple. As I mentioned, I just have my tomato tone bag here with me. As you can see, this is the stem of my plant, and the base meets down here at the soil. So I've got my glove on. You want to make sure to wear a glove when you're doing this, even though tomato tone is organic and pretty safe for you, your children, your pets, and all the things, and your plants. You always want to make sure that you're protecting your skin, right? So really simple. I'm just gonna reach in, grab a small handful like this, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle it like salt and pepper around the base. If you want to, you can scratch it in a little bit, but just make sure that you follow the instructions of keeping it off of the plant. So I'm gonna do this for all of my tomatoes down the line. I'll turn on the irrigation in just a little bit. Well, I got all the tomato plants fertilized. In a few minutes, I'm gonna go turn the irrigation on. But before I do that, I wanna take a minute to talk about tomato tone and why I really like the Espoma brand products. So first, they're organic. Being that I'm in the garden a lot, my husband and my son, we really strive for using organic practices. Here comes Biggie. He couldn't help it. He's not supposed to be in here, but he's a love. Hi, Biggie. Hi. You know you're not supposed to be in here. So back to what we're talking about here. Go on. So it's organic, and they don't use a whole lot of fillers in their products. I can recognize everything that's on the label. So let's take a look. So it is a 3-4-6 for NPK. It's very low, which is good for your plants, right? You want to have just a very low, slow releasing fertilizers. I've found that when I've wanted to like add a whole bunch of nitrogen to a plant, using something super high like 15, 16, 17 in nitrogen and low in everything else, I don't get the kind of results that I want. So I've really tried to use more balanced, low NPKs in my garden, and it seems to be working out pretty well. But coming back to the label, there's a few things that I want to point out to you. So 2.1% is slow release nitrogen from poultry manure, bone meal, feather meal, and alfalfa meal. In addition, it breaks down everything more specifically here. But I've really had great luck with these products. Again, this is Tomato Tone by Espoma. I use also in my garden Plant Tone, Flower Tone in my landscape on my azaleas, my camellias, my hollies, my hydrangeas. I'm using, Holly Tone among others. And Biotone has been an excellent starter fertilizer for anything that I'm transplanting. So this also includes, as you can see, some Biotone formula in it, which I really appreciate. So this is what I use. This is why I use it. I'm excited to show you some results in a few weeks, or in the coming weeks, of how my tomatoes are doing. They're just now really starting to put on some good looking fruit that's beginning to turn red. It's definitely been one of my slower summers as far as tomatoes go. So I'm hoping that this tomato tone will sort of give them that extra little boost that they need this time when it's really, really hot and it's really, really sunny in Texas. And I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm gonna go turn on that irrigation now, let it all water in. I hope you'll have a great day, and I'll see you next time.